Yo, what's up? It's your boy Quiet Storm. Once again, back at y'all with another vid. Now today I'm gonna be I wanted to get into some NBA 2K26. Um just kind of talk about 2K a little bit as a whole, as a company or whatever. But yeah, NBA 2K, man. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? This game is for starters, I've been playing 2K, ever since the first one dropped. Um, Way back then on a Dreamcast, and I remember when it first came out. And it looked amazing. It was one of the games that was like one of the first big step ups and graphics, and it looked really good. Like it looked real good at that time, and but this is when NBA Live was ruling, because I go all the way back playing Live, and before it was even, they even named it NBA Live, before EA even named it NBA Live. So I've been a Live guy, and I was a Live guy first before the debacle of the NBA Live series. But hopefully they could come back into the fold someday, and make a great basketball game. But with that being said, as of now, the only game we have out there on the market that's been holding it down is NBA 2K basketball. As you can see, SGA right there on the cover, the PS5 version of 2K26, and I just want to say, yeah, NBA 2K, they really got it together. They really got it together over the years. They were pretty much always a solid game. Like I said, I was dating all the way back to Sega Dreamcast. It was pretty much always a solid game. But the one thing that they didn't have was they didn't have like the little bells and whistles. They didn't really have, all of the little things. They didn't really have the swag like that. They didn't really have all the little bells and whistles, the little things that would just add to the game and just sort of fill it in. And it was a little, back in the days, it was a little could say maybe a little incomplete, but ever since they've been coming out on starting with the Xbox 360, like 2K that's when they really took over basketball. I remember I had the 360 back in the days, and that's when they really began to really grab the throne and just take over and just go to like a whole new level. Just take it to like a whole new level. They were like, the one thing about them, they were really basically heavy on innovating in terms of realism. I remember they was like coming with things like the sweat on the players, the the jerseys moving. NBA 2K was like, they was basically like, in first in the field when it came to those things right there. And they did a great job at it. They did a great job at it, and they continue to do a great job at it. But it's just that back then they didn't have the little bells and whistles. But Xbox 360, ever since that really hit, let me tell you, like 2K has really, did the done the damn thing, man. Know what I mean? Like they ain't fucking around. They definitely, picked it up. Everything from the way it looks, the graphics are just like really good, really phenomenal looking. The face scans are really accurate. I'm loving it. They got some of the new update face scans, new updated LeBron. You know, and it looks phenomenal starting there. Like I said, I'm waiting for them to make just the next graphical jump, but I think that we would get that probably maybe with PS6. I'm waiting for them to just give us the next big graphical jump. But in terms of where everything is looking, it looks great. And it looks so good if you really take a minute to pause a replay and you zoom in on like the rim. This is like the first game I ever really seen an object to me look exactly like what it would look like in real life. Like if you look at the hoop, the basketball hoop, and I'm just talking about the basketball hoop alone in the net, like the hoop actually looks like an iron real life hoop, and the net looks like actual mesh. Like it doesn't really look like a paper cutout, like where it once did, but it actually looks like real mesh and real iron. That's how great the graphics are. Just to state, like it it looks that good. It looks that good. It's a great looking game. In terms of the gameplay, I'm loving it. I'm loving. I always thought the gameplay was pretty solid. But the gameplay is definitely better now. NBA 2K26 is definitely a step in the right direction. And what I'm really happy about more than anything is that they're finally getting away from like that clunky feeling. Because I remember dating all the way back to playing the first couple of 2Ks, and as good as a game as it really became over time, it was always like this little clunky feel to it. Now, some people, for some of you, you may not understand what I'm really saying, but if you play 2K, you would pretty much, compared to back then, and you play it now, I think you would pretty much understand at least somewhat what I'm saying. But I realized they're finally getting away from like just this clunky kind of animation feel. It's this clunky kind of feeling, and everything is beginning to feel more fluid and more fluid. And I'm hearing people, this game is arcade. It is not. It is still a sim title. It's still very sim focused. That is still the focal point of this game. Maybe because it's a little bit sped up, that people may feel like that or whatever, but it's not. Doesn't affect the game in a negative light. The game feels very good, very fluid. Animations are beautiful, great looking animation quality. Many natural looking animations. As 2K always pretty much deliver there, and I hope they continue to do so, and I think they will. But yeah, it's just the dribbling is a little bit better. I feel it's a little easier to chain moves together a little better, so I think that's a step in the right direction there. NBA 2K, man, it's the game. It's the basketball game. It has been the best basketball game for over a decade now. I would say they really began to take over truly with the 360 era, and it's been the best game. It's been the best game, the best basketball game out there on the market. I will say I would like for them to take a few pointers from EA when it comes to capturing atmosphere. I think that EA, across it, I noticed that with EA across the board with all their titles, just about, they're really good. They're great at capturing atmosphere, and I think 2K could take like a few, pointers, from them in that area. But however, I feel presentation is still really solid. I think the commentary needs an update. I think they need to refresh in the commentary, give the commentary, update some new lines, some new quotes. But but overall, you see a lot of things going on, like, during the halftime, and what you would see if you was really, if you really attended a real actual basketball event. Um, you see, you see the things, all those little things going on, and and the mascots and the cheerleaders, and there's a lot of things going on, and the crowd really gets into the game and things of that nature. So, I think that presentation wise, I would say it's solid. Do I think they could take a few pointers from EA? Yes, I do. But overall, I would say presentation wise, I think that they're really solid. Um, but the graphics on this game, phenomenal. The gameplay is definitely great. Like, and, and I think, 2K deserve their flowers. I think they deserve their flowers. They're still holding it down and not going backwards. Just continue to go and take a step in the right direction. You know, I would like for the face scan feature to be a little bit more efficient. I think it's still a little trouble there. I think it's still a little trouble there. I think, like, I would like for that to be more efficient. We shouldn't have to scan our faces a handful of times to get a really close to accurate face scan. But besides that, and because no game is perfect. It's always little hiccup here and there, but overall, it's a great basketball game. It's a great basketball game. I'm loving the direction that they're going in. I think it's just going right in the right direction, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do in the future. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do in the future, and I'm definitely having fun with it, having a blast with it. About to hop on and play for a few hours. But yeah, is there anybody looking, wondering if the new 2K26 is dope? Um, I'm definitely here to tell you that, yeah, I think it's a great game, and you have my word. I think it's dope game. I think it's hot fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely holding the basketball market down right now. So yeah, if you have the money or whatever, and I think you should go out and spend a few dollars, and go and pick up the new 2K26, NBA 2K26, and yeah, if you're into basketball and you like basketball gaming. But all right, y'all. And trust me, it'll be more me chatting about 2K and so forth and so on, and other games like I do here on my gaming channel in the future. But not to make things too long-winded. All right, y'all. So signing off is your boy Quiet Storm 9023 once again. And see you when I see you. Peace out.